Why he'll choose you over another woman. He needs this to happen for this to happen for both of you. Now, many of you probably are looking at this title and you're maybe experiencing something known as unrequited love, meaning you have care for a person who hasn't demonstrated care for you. Let me repeat that. You have care for a person that doesn't have care for you. I think this is oftentimes the case when someone watches a video with this title is they want to convince a man to choose you over another woman. But I must tell you this, and it's very important that you understand this. If you're competing with another person, you should pull out of the game. If you have unrequited love, meaning you care about a person that doesn't know you exist, then you need to pull out of the game. And what I mean to say is the game of trying to maybe convince someone to care for you. Have you noticed that all the healthy, happy relationships that exist today, two people kind of had an affinity and came close together? It wasn't you had to convince a man to like you. It wasn't that you had to convince a man to want you over another woman. In fact, for a man to choose you over another woman, this must happen, because without it, and he needs this, it isn't going to happen. So I want to share with you a story. A few weeks ago, I actually threw out my back again. This happens about once a year. Thankfully, it wasn't severe, but during this period of time, I went to my chiropractor and did some massage therapy. I did some electrostimulant. I made sure to be more mindful when picking things up. I was working on healing myself. I was taking a break. Now, and I started to do core exercises. I started to, immerse myself. I kind of immersed myself with distractions a little bit. I over binged watched a little bit of TV. But why I'm bringing this up is whenever a relationship ends, it's time for a healing to occur. Just like when my back was thrown out, it was time to do more healing work along with the core exercise work, which is part of this process. Now, why am I relating to this? Whether it's a man or woman, if you find yourself in a circumstance where you're with somebody who still has feelings for another person, then they most likely haven't, or they most likely need to do the inner work. They need to do the inner work so they can be better prepared to be in a relationship. See, most dating advice will tell women what you're doing wrong and what you need to do to attract the guy. And if you follow my steps, you'll land the man of your dreams. It's a lot of salesmanship or salespersonship. And I see it from a different vantage point. I think when soulmates come into each other's lives, when people come into your life, they're there to help you learn and grow. And whether they're meant to go the distance or not, every relationship is an opportunity to look inward and say, how can I grow? How can I heal from this experience? Now, I have a saying, soulmates come into our lives to teach us a lesson, and our true love goes to school with us each and every day, holding hands, holding hands. See, the thing is when a man meets the right person, it's because this is prevalent on his mind. This is prevalent on his mind. And that is, he's ready for commitment. He's ready for commitment. Timing merely means that he's on the next evolution. By the way, whenever you hear the phrase timing, it just means he's on the next evolution of being he or she is ready for the next evolution of what's in store for them. We get so caught up in the fantasy of relationships. We get so caught up in the lust and limerence instead of really understanding the mechanics to a healthy, happy relationship. And what's going to make him choose you over another person is that he's ready to make a choice. That's what's going to make a big difference, that he's ready to make a choice, that he's evolved into his next evolution of what he wants. Ideally, he's done some healing. He's done some personal development. He's done some self-help. He's done some spiritual work. He's done some therapy to heal from his past relationships. If you're in midlife like me, roughly 75% of singles in the dating marketplace are deeply wounded. They've had a divorce, and divorce is the unraveling of your tapestry with your life with another person. And many times people haven't done the work to be better prepared to be in a relationship. So what questions should you be asking a man to determine that he's ready? Because this is all he needs to be ready. Otherwise, this isn't going to work. How he's going to choose you over some other person is that he's ready to make a commitment. This is why I invite you all to ask this serious question. What are you looking for in a relationship? What does a relationship look like for you? What does commitment mean to you? Are you committed to commitment? What does a relationship look like for you? Many of you know my narrative. It looks something like this, where we spend 3 or 4 days and nights a week together, doing shared activities, hobbies, mutual interests, spending time with family and friends, traveling together, teamwork, building skills, both in our personal and our professional life, intimacy, both physical and emotional intimacy that leads to either moving in together or getting married. That's a plan. Most guys are winging it. They just want companionship. They want connection. They want sex without a plan of how that looks and how they would integrate you into their lives. I think it's radically important to be aware of this. How many times have many of you had short-lived experiences because the two of you weren't compatible with one another? But having an understanding of what a relationship looks like, and I would also say, what does commitment mean to you? You know what commitment means to me? Commitment, the foundation of commitment is trust. And trust isn't just about fidelity. Trust is, can I count on you to care about my needs or care about me as much as you care about yourself? That's real trust. If you're not prepared to lean into that level of commitment, but Jonathan, I'm just told to sit my feminine energy and just wait for a man to chase me. And I'm just supposed to let the man lead because that's the masculine energy thing to do. And I've been told that I'm too much in my masculine, that it scares guys away. And that's why he won't choose me. Folks, let's throw out this masculine and feminine energy narrative and really ask the deeper question. Are you committed to commitment? Are you committed to commitment? Are you committed to wanting to explore, getting to know me as a person? Because I'm giving you a piece of my life. I'm giving you a piece of my life. And if you're giving that piece to multiple people at the same time, then why would I want to invest a piece of my life with you? Certainly, there's the initial stage of meeting a few people and interacting. I'm talking beyond that. I'm talking once two people start to kiss, once two people start to have physical intimacy with one another. Do you have a plan? Are you intentional about this? Are you just like winging it? Or sadly, many people get used because they're with people who are so deeply wounded that they're incapable of being in a committed relationship. Again, he needs to be ready for commitment. Otherwise, he won't choose you over another person. Sure, there needs to be sexual desire between the two of you. Sure, there needs to be laughter and play. Sure, there needs to be a shared value. Sure, there needs to be a shared vision. Sure, there needs to be emotional maturity. Sure, there needs to be gratitude. These are all things. And most importantly, two people need to be able to resolve conflicts relative with ease. Otherwise, it's going to be a problematic relationship. All of these should need to be there. But what's most important is that a person wants commitment. They're not only ready for commitment, they're capable of commitment. And they want commitment. They are committed to commitment. Because if he's not committed to commitment, he won't choose you over another woman. He'll use you. He'll use other women too. He might temporarily enter into a relationship with someone. But honestly, if he's not going in with the level of consciousness, that relationship will end as well. We need to step into our power, folks. We need to I'm here to encourage you to step into your power, to step into your sovereignty, to step into your self-love. It's what I teach in my book, What the Heck is Self-Love Anyway? If you want him to choose you over another woman and you are physically intimate with them, then you better have read my dating vows to one another. By the way, there's a link below to get a copy of my dating vows. I'm going to share this with everyone. Get him to commit before sleeping with you. Ideally, this is a conversation you have before you're physically intimate, but I would put this on the table as soon as you possibly can. Again, the link below to get my dating vows. And it goes like this. Have you ever heard the saying, women are the gatekeepers of sex and men are the gatekeepers of commitment? The vow is you put your name in there, agree to explore the process of getting to know you with the intent to declare something serious within the next 3 to 6 months. I agree to be monogamous sexually while we are having regular sex together. I agree to not actively seek and meet and date others while we're in the process of getting to know you, which includes taking down your dating. Oh, it was 11/11. I agree to speak up if this isn't working for me versus ghosting, pulling back, or disappearing. And I agree to invest regular time in the process to getting to know you, which looks like spending 3 or 4 days and nights a week together, doing shared activities, hobbies, mutual interests, spending time with family and friends, traveling together, teamwork, building skills, both in our personal and our professional life, and intimacy, both physical and emotional intimacy that leads to either moving in together or getting married. That's at least have a definition, have a standard of what it looks like for you. Ladies, 80% of guys will bail on this because women will have sex with them rather easily without any commitment. Folks, if you want to set yourself apart from every woman out there, then have a standard of what the relationship looks like for you and ask, what does commitment look like for you? Describe it to me. And are you willing to make a commitment before being physically intimate with me? Not that you're asking him to do that per se, but is he willing to do that? That's what's most important. This will set you apart from every other woman. And most importantly, it will help you determine if he's ready, capable, willing, and committed to commitment. Is this sinking in? Is this resonating with you? Please let me know if it is. Post a comment below. I'd like to hear your thoughts. As always, if you find value in my videos, please hit that like button. Please share this video. Please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can be notified of new videos. Also, if you want to connect with me directly, there's links below to schedule a discovery call with me to see if working with a coach is right for you. There's a link to join my group called Midlife Love Mastery. There's links to follow me on Instagram to get my dating vows, which I just mentioned, and all the books I list in my videos as well. All right, I'm going to wrap up this video as I always do. First off, giving myself a big, gigantic Jonathan Barrick of self-love. I'm going to reach into the camera and give you a hug of love if that's okay. I'm going to ask you to turn to someone, a pet, a teddy bear, a pillow, and give it or them a hug of love because hugs are a great source of love. And let's face it, we could all use more love in our lives. Thanks a bunch. Bye-bye.